Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Don't Let It Stu. Today, she's back in the flesh, not in my apartment, but she's in our studio. You know who it is, everyone. It is Amy Phillips. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Stu. Good to
Just
see you.
to get it off the top, just before we forget, actually, in case anybody don't know who we are, or new followers of ours, or mine, or whatever, we do have a Housewives cookbook. We're big into Housewives right now. We have Jersey happening, Dubai, and we have Orange County coming up very, very soon. So grab the cookbook. It's called Cook It, Spill It, Throw It, the Not So
Real
Housewives
Housewives Parody Cookbook.
There you go. It's available on
Came up
Amazon.
with that? No, I'm kidding.
Woo! Woo!
Woo! You!
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, I'm going to get started with what's doing this week. With me, my friend actually talked about it over the weekend, and I was like, you know what? That is such a good point. And the point I'm going to tell you is, everybody's like, what's the point? QR codes in restaurants still.
Oh, wow.
I mean, come on. You go to a restaurant, they're like, hey, can I get a menu, please? You're like, oh yeah, the QR code's on the table. Not what I fucking asked for. Want a fucking menu. And like, they do have them, but I find a lot of them now are too lazy to get you a menu. But I need to see a physical menu now. Like, it gives me PTSD. I think we're back in fucking 2020.
Yes.
It's COVID.
Right. Oh my gosh. It drives me crazy.
It drives me crazy. Which, by the way, like, you know, like they're like, oh, like when you think back now to 2020, you're like, hey, we don't have those menus anymore. I'm like, what? Am I going to get COVID off the menus? Like, they just didn't know. And then like they knew after, they just burned them. Like, you know, how about just like spray them and clean them? Like, or, which I think is disgusting as well. Like a laminated menu. It's like the worst thing ever. But it's just so gross.
Right.
Like I was talking with Zach Peter. We went to, Schwartz and Sandy's. He hosted an event for like the third reunion of Vanderpump, and Zach was like, oh yeah, we have a table this time, it'll be really nice, we'll get some food. And I'm like, great, like, you know, I won't be standing up at the bar like trying to like, you know, like nab food from people. And we sit down, it's a fucking laminated menu. I'm like,
really?
Yes, it looks like someone just printed it out in a printer in like a luminous yellow, and it's like laminated, but it's yellow. Yeah. And it's like not even like
yellow ink.
It's not even like a real like solid, like nice laminate. It's kind of like crackly kind of laminate. It's like it's kind of old. No, it's like the restaurant I think is quite nice. I think the food is quite good there. Like I think he got like the steak free or whatever. It was awesome. I even posted about it. And like the appetizers are great. The corn dogs are awesome, like lobster corn dogs or something like that. The food is great. And the restaurant's fun, great vibe, drinks are great, everything's great. This fucking menu. Like have a trifold, or I love, you know, in French restaurants, you have the menu sitting on the table with a knife and fork on it, and you read the menu. It's on a piece of paper, like a nice print.
Gorgeous.
I love that.
Nice leather bound menu. I mean, I'm talking like steakhouse.
Yeah.
Steakhouse. I will say that lamination is really meant for kids and just in diners.
Know. Yes.
You know, yeah.
Diners, yes.
Diners, and that's that. I have no problem with that. Like even throw like a big boy in there, we're fine. And then to your point about the QR codes now, like full disclosure, I would love to go to a steakhouse or a French restaurant. I'll even head over to Schwartz and Sandy's. Actually, I'm not going to go there anymore. But I was at Popeyes the other day, and you do?
No, I mean, here's the thing.
You love Popeyes? Okay.
Here's the thing. I would go like for my fast food night if it wasn't on Hollywood Boulevard. It's just so far. That's such a shit show up there. There's no way.
I would never.
Never.
But Santa Clarita, you can go anywhere.
Oh yeah, of course.
Nothing is a shit show. So I go to, and I've only been in there one time since I've lived here. And so for those of you who don't know where Santa Clarita is, if you watch The Valley, they show you it's very far up past LA. That's where I live. Anyway, so I've only been in Popeyes once, had no problem, ordered, took my stuff, got it to go. Then I went in there a couple weeks ago and they put up these, you know, like the McDonald's things, like the kiosk punch screen, screens on their countertops for you to punch in your order. So I didn't see them at first.
This is sitting down, like dining in.
No. Yeah. Inside
Okay,
the restaurant.
inside,
Sorry.
great.
Yes,
Yeah.
inside, correct. Dining in. I was just like, "No, you don't dine in at Popeyes." But I know what you mean. Inside and eat. Okay.
It's either dine in
Dining
or take
in.
out. It's like one or the other.
Yeah, but I would never call dining like an
I'm just proper with
with
my like my that
you are
stuff
proper.
with that stuff. Okay.
So, I didn't notice them, and I started to talk to the guy behind the counter. I was like, "Hi." I was like, "Okay, so I will have." He's like, "Oh, we're doing these like screens now." And I look and I go, "No."
Yeah, no, no,
And
no.
he goes, "Oh," I said, "I can't do that." And then he's like, "Well, we're really," I said, "Can you just make an exception?" And he's like, "No, I really can't 'cause like my manager." And I go,
Well, can you punch it in for me, please?
yeah, I go, "I have a complicated order." And I'm like, I can't do that." I'm like, "Please." I was begging him, like, "Please don't make me do that. I don't wanna get my fingers, like,"
Sticky.
I was like, "I please, I was just here. You didn't have that here. Why are you doing this to us?"
Yeah.
So he was like, "I got you, I got you." So I was like, "All right, I want all legs," because that was the thing. Like my daughter, she just wants chicken legs.
Sure.
So I
Okay.
had a complicated order, and I'm like, "See, I told you it was going to be complicated." And he was so great. We worked through it, but don't make me go into Popeyes and type it in. If I'm going in, I'm going in for the personable experience.
I just love your line at the very end. We worked through it. Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
You know.
That is really, really funny. Obviously, I need to go to Santa Clarita and go to Popeyes with you.
Please do.
Now.
Also, you were at Schwartz and Sandy's. I was at Something About Her. So we
Yes.
both tackled both of the sides of
And I want to
Vanderpump
get into
Rules.
that with you
You
because
do?
I was
Okay.
meant to meet you there.
I
Before I get
know.
into that, I want to talk about gay pride for a second because it's just one or two things, funny things happened that day. And I was talking to my friend Kave at the weekend, and he's like, "Do you
Mhm.
not remember last Sunday?" And I'm like, "I remember it." I said, "I remember a lot of it." Gay Pride Sunday is like the one day I can get a bit shit-faced. And if I
Uh-huh.
do forget a few things, that is the one day I'm allowed to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm always home early. I'm always home early on that Sunday.
Mhm.
So I got with my friend Scotty. I meet my friend Kave. We go to Cicconi's. We're there for a bit. A few other friends join us there. And we go, first of all, Scotty took a beautiful photograph of me at Cicconi's with a Ron Dorf's shirt. It got like a ton of likes. I was super excited about it.
I'll have to
Went
look
to
that up.
check my
Mhm.
Instagram 5 days later, lost 300 followers. I guess they don't like the gays. Or else
Lost
the straight
300.
300 for that specific day. Like you'll always lose like 10 or 20 a day and they go up and down and all that kind of stuff. It was
Wow.
specific that day. That's really, really weird. Or else there was a lot of straight women that thought I was straight or gay.
I
I don't
can't
know.
believe this.
I know, isn't that
Oh my
crazy?
God, is it this photo? That's
Yes.
amazing.
Isn't that a fun
Dad,
photo? Yeah.
hot dad, like.
So so then so we go about our day, we go to the Abbey, whatever, high tops, all that kind of stuff. And it comes to the point where it's like, now I've been out since noon.
Mhm.
And
I just
it
posted Mamma Mia. Okay.
so it's like 5:30 and I'm like with Kave and we get to high toss. There's like 3 or 4 of us. And I'm kind of like, and I get that like, okay, I'll go get us a drink. What do you want? I'm like, I'll just have a beer or whatever at that point. And then I'm like, no, actually wait. I'm like, I'm getting that kind of like dizzy buzz. Like the
Mm.
one where you're like, okay, it's really kind of starting to
I'm
hit me
so
now.
close to getting
Yeah.
blackout. I need to,
Yes.
yeah.
And when
Mhm.
that happens now, ever since I turned like 38, like that happens now, I'm out. It's no matter
Mhm.
what's happening, you will not drag me to another drink. I'm calling
Mhm.
my Uber. I'm going home.
Good
So
for
I'm
you.
like, Kave, fuck it. Let's just go home. Like, I'm tired.
Mhm.
Like, there's nothing else here. Like, it's nearly 6 o'clock. We're going to go home. He's like,
Mhm.
fine. You know what? I'm tired too. So I said, we have to walk up towards Sunset Boulevard to get out of the crowds to get
Yes.
an Uber. You know how the Gay
Right.
Pride
Yeah.
Sunday, the streets are
Yeah.
all closed off.
Mhm.
We go up. He tells me I'm sitting at the footpath, like up the streets, like waiting for the Uber. And then he like verbatim, he's like this. He's like, when is it coming? He's like, when's the car coming? And he's like, bitch, it's coming soon. I'm like, I'm not getting in one of those shitty cars. I want a nice car. He's like, an SUV is coming,
SUV,
bitch.
Special Victims Unit.
He
No.
told me this, yeah, SVU. And that's so anyway, he was so nice. He dropped me home. I was in bed at 7 p.m. and I slept for 12 hours.
Wow.
It was the
Good for
nicest thing.
you.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny. I was like, really? I was bitching that much about it? He's like, yeah.
About which car did he put you in? Did he
He
get you?
like a Chevrolet or like a Suburban or something like that.
Okay, so he got you a nice car.
No, he did, but he gets nice cars anyway, and I already knew that, but I was bitching anyway.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
That's the point when you know you have to put yourself down.
That's when you definitely know you need to go home.
Yeah.
Oh God, what else are we getting into?
That's really funny.
I just wanted to get that story. So he was telling me this weekend. I was like, I have to bring it up. Okay, let's get right into it. Real Housewives of Jersey.
Ooh.
Oh God, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's
That's
amazing.
why it's so surprising that there's no reunion, but I like the explanation that Andy gave that, I mean,
tell me.
That he gave. You know, I'm already in my Teresa mindset. I'm like, he gave an explanation. He gave it. So, well, yeah, he had said that.
Was this on Watch What Happens Live when she was on this week?
No, it was on Radio Andy.
Okay, great.
And he basically said that the finale of Jersey is such a finale. It's so final that there's nothing left to do after that, which they're kind of dubbing it the Last Supper.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because that was the concept of the cover of our book. Cook It, Spill It, Throw It.
Yes,
was the Last Supper
right.
that you would be like Jesus in the middle and like everything's a mess and stuff with all the housewives around it. So now they're calling it the Last Supper because it's just utter destruction. So that's why they're not having these reunions. But he also said there's going to be something supplemental to the ending, and I don't know exactly what that means or what that will look like. And as he's giving this description, I thought to myself, you know, I was upset at first, you know, because you want a reunion. And then I just think, you know what? Let, you know, nature take its course.
Yeah.
If it's not meant to be, I don't really want to sit there and watch Teresa deny everything and not comprehend stuff over and over again. I don't want to watch, you know, the same thing. Melissa.
I never said you were a drunk dealer. I'm like, you just said it.
I know. I just don't want to, you know, sometimes you don't want to watch the same thing over and over again. And I really do feel like we probably would have gotten there. And I didn't think that the season was going to be that great based on that. And yet incredible episodes.
Yeah. No, like I get so excited. I was actually 3 behind, which is insane, right? And then I knew you were coming on this week and I was like, oh shit, I really need to catch up. So I got like Emily, the 3 of us sat down, and Emily doesn't really watch it, you know? Yeah. And like, she was just like, when she said, when Rachel Food is like, what have you done, you stupid bitch? I'm like, wait, what? I was like, my heart was racing. It was just, I love Rachel Fuda in it. She's one of my new favorites in it because I just, and I like her husband as well, John. I just, they don't care. Like, she doesn't care that like it's the queen bee. She's like, so what? And
I like it. Anyone who's going to be willing to step to Teresa. Yeah. I think that's noble.
For newbies, like they're bringing it, the two of them. Like Danielle as well. They really
I love Danielle. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love Teresa and I love Jen. Yes. Of course, I love Margaret. I love the whole cast. Dolores, I think it's perfection. So
it is really like Dolores and Marge are, you know, my go-to always. But Emily was so funny. We were watching the luncheon, you know, the luncheon they had, and they're all wearing these fucking sparkles, like.
Was it like the bougie brunch?
The bougie brunch. And Emily's like, oh my God. Is this daytime or nighttime? I said, I think it's daytime. It's called a lunch. It's called a bruncheon or a luncheon or something like that. She's like, they all look like they're fucking going to Vegas. I'm like, they do. It's really like, it's like 1 p.m. outside on like an afternoon. It's like, wow. It's like, they could have just pulled out the curtains a bit. Jen Fessler, I don't know. I used to love her in the first season that she was on, and now she's kind of like bugging me a bit because she's plain. I don't know why you're upset. Excuse me? It's just like, that's not your decision to tell me how I feel.
She's definitely, you know, playing that middle ground because she doesn't want to commit to either side. So she's kind of being a flip-flopper. Yeah. And it's a little annoying. I'm not going to lie. I agree.
It's kind of like getting on my nerves a bit because it's like, and then, I mean, I always like Jackie Schneider. Like, I've always liked her, like watching it, but she's kind of seems to be going with Teresa now.
Yeah, that's definitely a bold move.
What does she want? Like, she wants to hold it like a meatball, like the other seasons. Like, she wants her meatball back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a strong move.
But the ultimate was, and I actually sent this to Paulie because I
Mhm.
like Stephen Krugel from Faces by Bravo. He posted this thing. He called it Twinkerbell, or I think I sent it to you.
Yes, yes.
Tinkerbell.
Uh-huh.
So there was a conversation with Dolores and Paulie about the divorce and like when
Mm.
it's happening and stuff like that. He's like, and so this is Paulie. He's like, it's coming up in our third anniversary, and maybe you think I'm not telling you the truth. I don't think you're not telling me the truth.
Yeah, she repeated
It was
it.
amazing. Turd
And she
tink.
didn't skip a beat.
No,
Like, it's part of her language now. I don't
like
even think she noticed.
no, because she like it's literally what you would do to me just to poke fun at me, like with skipping a beat, like where's the pitta, or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and it's like it
No,
was.
I think you know what you're doing. I think you do.
I
She
don't
was all
think you
serious.
know what you're.
Ah,
Paulie responded on. I said to Paulie, I'm like, oh Paulie, like this is really funny. This is how I speak. And then he was like, "Oh
uh-huh.
yeah, when the cameras went down, like she chewed me out of it or something like that." He wrote kind of underneath, which is really funny. Um, but it's great. I agree with you with the reunion. Like I feel
Mhm.
like that finale and the kind of the teasers they kind of gave, and then you have Dolores just sitting there like it didn't go well or whatever it was. Like I
Didn't
feel like
go well.
it there's
Didn't
what
go well. That's the understatement of the year. It didn't go well.
it didn't go.
Shit everywhere.
There's shit.
Knives are on the ceiling.
It is. I can like when. How far away are we along? I mean, how many episodes do we have to get to that? Like 5, 6?
Yeah, probably like 6 or 7.
I
Mhm.
did ask like one of like a close insider, like I texted that person and I was like, hey, I said, why is there no reunion? Like, is it bad? And the response was, I can't say, but it's bad. That's
Oh.
all I know. And I cannot say anything else.
I am very shocked that they've kept this under wraps.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Considering that there's all this stuff too with the Teresa and Jen and Teresa's lawyer and Melissa's old nose
Yeah.
account, and which I love to like keep having to reference
Yeah.
that. That she just keeps popping up everywhere. Like I swear she was on my local news. She's like, this just in. Teresa told me to go to the Popeyes to tell them that they're not going to get her business anymore. Like she's popping up everywhere and being like
Yeah.
selling out Teresa and James Leonard and all this stuff with all this information. It's such a wild ride
Yeah.
already.
It is. It's just, it's like, it's gold. It's really, really gold right now.
What what if
If you were,
Melissa's old
go ahead.
nose account what is actually turning out to be Jackie? I'm
What?
just
They're
kidding.
just all
Like
dropping
Salt
like,
Lake
shh.
City.
I'm just like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, you can tell me anything. I'll probably believe it. Um,
Right.
if you were to choose two people, like it just say if it was between two people, we'll say that's the reason why the reunion's not happening. Now I'm just
Mhm.
throwing this out there. I do not know any information. Which two do you think it would be? I think it could be like Rachel and Teresa.
Oh, interesting.
Like that whole fight at the very end, is it between the two of them, or is it sit down
Mhm.
between Melissa and Teresa? I don't. I think that whole thing is sailed.
I feel like I wanna lean well, part of me thinks it's Teresa and Joe, but then again, that's
Oh,
the
okay.
same old, same old.
Yeah.
So, it would have to be between the ladies, you're right. So, well, we know it's not Dolores because she's the only one still
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Teresa and Louis, and it's gotta be the
Fudas,
Fudas.
maybe. Yeah,
It
I'd
has
say
to
that's
be.
what it is, that they do a sit down probably with everybody, and that's the final kind of Jesus, I can't wait. My God. It's gonna be good.
I'm
All
still
right.
my wheels are turning, yeah.
I know. Straight on to it. I've yet to go. Was it something about her or something about nothing? What does Lala say? No, what does she
Yeah.
say? I didn't do it right.
She did. No, that's exactly what
But
she
that's it.
says. It's
Okay.
something about nothing.
You know how I love
Um,
to make up names.
yes, that's right. It was great. They're really churning and burning there,
Yeah.
like there was a long line.
I saw Katie's mom on your video.
Oh, you saw the music video I put
I
together?
saw, oh, was that a music I saw it in my car, kind of like the reel kind of just
Oh,
playing off.
yeah.
I didn't hear the music.
Please tune in to Meet Amy Phillips to watch the latest rendition of my music video, which is a song that I original ode to something about her. And I wrote it last year when they
Yes.
actually did that soft launch soft launch of something about her. So then I just took that song and I put it over a bed of all the footage from our
It's amazing.
pilgrimage there. And Katie was there. She's bussing tables. She's delivering food. She's completely active. She's thinking big. It's not just for the show. You know, I mean, part of me is
Yeah.
like, are they doing this just for a
No. Yeah. Yeah.
storyline?
Yeah.
Completely great. Lisa Vanderpump has not yet gone to visit the shop.
She'll probably put a sign pump over it. Like she'll just like stick a pump sign on top of it. She's like, you know what? If it goes out of business, they'll call it pump sandwiches. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's so funny. Did you see that at Pride? Were you able to swing by the Tom Tom / Pump restaurant?
Yeah, but it was like pump. Like Tom Tom, you can barely
It's
see
weird,
it.
right?
It is weird. It's like, is she taking over? Like it's a bit weird. I don't
Okay,
know what's
yeah.
going on there.
It's very strange. But Katie's doing great. Her mom was in town for the last couple weeks helping it get going. Diane Keaton was just there that morning, which I had no idea about.
Wow.
We just missed her. And the sandwiches were great. I really enjoyed my chicken salad sandwich.
Right.
And Jamie had this amazing, like Italian sandwich on ciabatta bread. Great mozzarella tomato, like a burrata, not burrata, I'm sorry, caprese sandwich.
Yes.
And then Emily had that. And then Deanna had like she said she got the winning sandwich. And it had a lot of vegetables and it was grilled, kind of like a panini.
Okay. Yes, I heard the panini one I've heard is really, really good. I'm probably
Mm.
going to order like 3. Zach wants to go this week. Zach Peter, like we've been like talking about it. Because we've been just talking. Anytime he's come on,
Yeah.
we've always discussed it. And then he's like, "Hey, let's go down." Do you know what? It's Wednesday. There'll be nobody there. I'm like, "There's 65 people outside. It's not happening." Like,
As
I'm
long
not doing
as you
that.
go, I mean, it opens at 10. I mean, you might as well go at like 10:30 and
Go at
just get
10:30.
there.
Okay. And then how many people? How long did you wait roughly?
Look, my crew got there probably like 10 minutes to 12, and we probably waited like 45 minutes.
Not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. So
For
if you get there
lunchtime, that's not bad.
earlier, no. And then you sit down and everything, you know,
Oh,
Katie.
okay.
Yeah.
And you see Katie like bussing
You see
tables in
Katie.
front of him. It's
They've
amazing.
I
I
know.
saw actually one clip. You're kind of like doing this kind of surprised look at her. She's like,
Yeah, she's like scrubbing tables behind me, and I was just like leaping and
I
dancing
know.
around her shop. She's
It's
such a great
amazing.
sport. She knew we were coming,
That's
so
great.
she wasn't shocked. Yeah.
Okay, so I will keep you posted on that when I eventually
Thank
go.
you.
Straight on to Bethany Frankel,
Oh.
because she did obviously the Chanel thing, which she did like 65 videos for, which got her like 20 million
Yeah.
like views. She lost her blue check mark on TikTok. Did you hear about this?
Oh, no, why?
She doesn't know. She's like, oh my God, like I don't even know why. Like last time, you know what? Like I'm not even a celebrity. Like, I mean, guess what? I was on like a shitty TV show, but like, I mean, I was the cocktail celebrity girl. And then she's like, okay, with her, you're the celebrity cocktail girl, but then you're saying you're not a celebrity and you don't really care that you lost a TikTok mark. It's just complete, like just back and
Chaos.
forth, you know, with the
Yeah.
chaos. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to eat chicken salad. Like I got the gazpacho. And I'm like, and then she's like, she's dipping like these colossal strips, like $1,000 in like the Hamptons. Everyone hates me here. And it's like, it's mental. Her last few TikToks are just mental. She's like, I started the celebrity cocktail space. I'm like, no, it was Francis Ford Coppola that did it. Like back in fucking like, yeah, I had to look that up because you know, because she thinks she's like amazing. She has
with
a new
his wine.
it's chaos. She doesn't know why. People are speculating that it was Chanel that said something to TikTok. I got her shut off. Like, get the taken away from her. It's wild.
Well, if it just happened after that, like what else can point to it?
Because she really dragged them, like on multiple.
Yeah, that's got to be it. It has to be it. If there's nothing else,
they're going to listen to Chanel over Bethany Frankel.
That is wild.
It is wild though, still. Like it is, you know, but she's pretending like she doesn't care, but like she totally cares because she keeps talking about it.
Yeah, she's going to talk about it until she gets it back.
Oh, it's amazing. I know what I'll be doing this weekend. I will be watching Danger in the Dorm.
Ooh, what's that? Oh,
that's her movie.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Amazing. It's on this weekend. Thank you for reminding me. I have to make a note of it. We recapped Lisa Rinna's Mommy Meanest on my podcast, Drama Darling, and we had one hell of a time. You can find that episode. It's available anywhere. But boy, did we have a great damn time recapping that show.
What's the movie that she's in that I need to watch?
Mommy Meanest on Lifetime.
You're like just said it. Okay. Mommy Meanest. Okay.
And
Is it like
is what again? Danger
in the Dorm.
Oh.
Danger girl.
It's called Danger. I lost my blue check mark. It's just like the horror story of like how I like lost my, like, I don't even know where. Like, so we go on this adventure, like try to find like where I lost it. Like, I lost it on my way to Chanel, like Debbie's in the Hamptons. Like when I thought of like Jason, like I lost in the divorce. Like, where is like still going on? Like, I have no, like, where is my blue check mark? Like, it's dangerous.
It's just like, I don't care.
I don't care.
She ends it. I don't care. That's so fucking funny. Oh, wait, there is the mommy meanest. Is it kind of like a mommy dearest-ish spin?
No, it is. No, but it's based on a true story of, I don't know if I want to tell you, of a mom who is not a good mom.
Great. Okay, that's what we need to know. I have to.
It's based on a true story.
Danger in the Dorm, and then I have Mommy Mina's this weekend. It's amazing. Okay, to finish up the episode, because all my episodes are like an appetizer, everybody, around 30 minutes long, if you like to stay in there. The Orange County trailer.
Oof, man.
It was like, it is, I don't know what to say.
Just the fighting, and to have Shannon and then Alexis being like, there's the door, Shannon, but door. I'm like, okay, you're so funny. Wow, you rhymed. Good for you. Congratulations. You're back on the show.
Yeah.
Under the pretense of you basically going with this Housewives ex-boyfriend. You're so great.
Pretty much the only reason why she's back on.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely. Tamra yelling at Shannon yelling, and they're laying on beds, crying, shaking. Obviously the DUI comes up and all that stuff. I'm glad we get to see that. We will find out what really happened between Tamra and Shannon, clearly, why they had that fallout. I love that Vicky's there for a second. And then at the end, all of a sudden, Gina just pops in and she's like, everybody's mad at me. I got Travis mad at me, my Gina's mad at me, and Sheena mad at me, and now they're mad at me. Like, and then just, what is that about?
It is fucking chaotic. And then you have like Teddy pop up. Like, it's like, what is this, the Traders? Like, is she like hosting something? Like, why is she here?
Yes, why are we in Traders? It did look exactly like Traders.
And then there's a big bombshell, it looks like, at the end when they're sitting around that table, whatever happens.
Right. Looks like extortion or something.
The one thing I want to say, I'm kind of over, and it's like, yes, Shannon got the DUI. It happened. She took accountability from it. She went into like a rehab facility or whatever it was, like an outpatient one. But like, and tell me if I'm right or wrong about this. On the trailer, the Tamara keeps saying like, she doesn't take accountability. She's not taking accountability for what? It's like, she has. Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody keeps like going at her on that. It's like, let it go.
Yes, I was talking about this day on my podcast, and somebody made a point like, well, if your friend just got a DUI and then showed up at dinner and then ordered a drink, what would you do?
But okay, that's a great point. But I bet you, I feel like it's been months since she's had that drink.
And I think that was kind of my point. Like, we have to see timeline receipts. We need to see everything and why Tamara's going in so hard on her when I just talked to Shannon Bedore on my podcast the other day. She's clearly done all the work. She had just walked in from doing community service. So, the work has been done. It may not have been done on someone else's timeline, but whatever the case, and that's what's going to cause a problem, I
think that's it. It's like everybody has these timelines, but like, if you get a DUI, that doesn't mean you stop drinking for the rest of your life. Like, you take a break, and then when you're ready, you can I've never had a DUI. But
so what I did, no, I'm kidding. So like what we do, like when we get a DUI.
No, but I've known like two people in my life that have gotten them, and they totally took like 6 months off drinking, 3 months, whatever it is. And then they gradually got back into it. But like, the one lesson to learn is never ever get into a car ever again.
Yeah. And the lesson is, never drink and drive. Always take an Uber, get a ride with a friend. And it shouldn't be lessons that, people are having to still learn after seeing so many accidents happen. But this is the Housewives.
I did see a photograph on Instagram, and I don't know who posted it. I actually saw it today. And it's like a screenshot of like the trailer, and it shows Shannon blowing into the what's the
car.
the car,
the breathalyzer?
the breathalyzer. It's before, and then you can turn on the ignition after you like after it clears. But in the background, kind of fuzzy, it shows Archie looking at her in like disgust. I'll send it to you. If I can find it, I'll post it on my Instagram. It is so fucking funny. People are like, I can't at this scene. So look at the trailer again. You'll see Archie in the background looking at her blowing in.
Oh, for real? Archie's in the background?
No, it happens. It's just coincidental.
I thought someone edited it in like a meme.
No.
You're saying he's actually there. Oh my God.
He's on the footpath and she's
this.
like in the car and there's just, he's like fuzzy in the background. Look, it's really fucking funny.
It's very funny.
It's amazing. Amy Phillips, that's all I got for today.
Yay! Fine.
Thank you so much for coming on, as always. And I'm coming on your podcast, next month?
July. Yeah, you're coming on in July.
Everybody follow Amy Phillips at Meet Amy Phillips on Instagram. Check out her song For Something About Her. And
so stupid.
We'll see her back here, I'm sure, in a couple of weeks again in the mid-season of OC. That'll be good.
Yes, please. Let's do that. Okay.
I love you. And everybody go buy her cookbook, Cook It, Spill It, Throw It. There's great summer recipes in there. Go on Amazon. And yeah, we'll see you all soon. Bye.